If I wanted to make 10K per month in 2025, this is exactly what I would do to get there in the most easiest and quickest way possible. I was able to hit 10K per month with my business in 2024. And to be honest, it took me a very long time. Now, if you watch this full video, I'm going to break down exactly what I would do if I start all over again and get to 10K per month in 2025. So the first thing I would do is learn some sort of skill. Now, there's multiple skills that you can go after in the online making money space. There's sales, there's copywriting, there's appointment setting, and there's a few other things that you can do. But what I would do is do some research on each one and see which one you're most interested in. So let's say you end up going with sales. What you should do is watch sales videos on YouTube. There's tons of different stuff out there. There's mock sales calls, there's sales script videos. There's also tons of good books, which I can actually link in the description on something like sales. And there's the same thing on things like copywriting, on things like, appointment setting. There's all this free information out there that you can at least build the fundamentals to learn a skill like this. So if you went with sales, what I would do is learn it. You can even purchase a sales course online. You can buy a coaching program that's going to teach you sales. But the most important thing in the first step in really getting you to going to 10K per month is learning some sort of skill that you're going to be able to add value to someone else. So let's say you pick sales. You spend a week researching YouTube videos, you start reading some books, and you start learning sales. Now, what I would do also in this process is I would document the journey. So I would start, with TikTok. I would start posting on your Instagram. I would start even a YouTube where you're documenting your journey of learning sales. Because what this is going to do is it's going to help you start building an audience early. So let's say you start to learn sales, you start to get good at it. Now you need to put yourself in a position where you can be on someone's sales team. So what I would do is I would start following tons of different online coaches. It could be fitness coaches, athletic training coaches. It could be really anything. You need to get yourself in a position with someone where you can do sales for them. And you don't even have to make a lot of money with this. What you need to do is you need to build some sort of social proof. That's really the second thing that comes with this is you need to build social proof with sales. For example, within my business, I've taken close to 500 sales calls by now. So if I wanted to go become a closer or remote closer for someone, I could show them that social proof of collecting over $300,000 in revenue by closing sales calls. So what you need to do is you need to get some sort of social proof like that, even if it's collecting $50,000 in cash and you're working with a smaller influencer. You need to get yourself in that position so you can build that social proof for yourself. So what I would do is I would just look at different Instagram accounts, come across different, Twitter accounts, YouTube, find people that are selling something online or could sell something online. They have some sort of audience and pitch your idea to them that you could be the person taking the calls so they don't have to worry about it. If it's someone who's maybe running a small coaching offer for themselves already, you could tell them how you could step in and do sales calls and just to have them give you a chance. And once you get a few sales calls, and let's say you collect maybe $10,000, maybe you're selling a $1,000 program for someone and you collect $10,000, right? You're going to get 10% of that commission. So you're going to have made $1,000. Now, what I would do is I would work with someone smaller at first that you're probably not going to make that much money with, but you can get some sort of social proof. Let's say you work with someone who's selling a $1,000 offer and you close 10 calls for them after taking 30. You close at a 33% rate. You now made $1,000 because you collected 10% commission from that. And you can now say that you've taken 30 sales calls and you've collected over 10K. You have those sales call recordings, you have the objection notes, you have everything that you need. Now what you can do is you can go to try to work with someone who's doing more revenue, who has a bigger audience and allows you to make more money. Now, as a closer, you're going to be collecting 10%. So what you can do now is you're going to try to target someone where you might have the opportunity to collect over $100,000. Now you might think, oh, that sounds crazy. But if you can do it, for $10,000, $100,000 is not that hard. If someone's selling a $3,000 program, you only need to close that around one per day to be able to get that. And if your primary hustle is going to be becoming a closer and you're working with someone with a good audience, you're easily going to be getting 3 calls per day. So the first step is working with someone smaller building up that social proof, then you work with someone bigger. And I'm using sales as an example here, but this could be copywriting. And that's where you write emails for someone or something like that. This could be appointment setting, which is very easy. This is where you're literally just setting appointments for people, and you're going to get 5% commission for when the closer closes the person that you set. I'm using sales as an example, but what you want to do is work with someone smaller, build up that social proof, and then use that social proof to pitch bigger people with bigger audiences with more of a need that are going to do more revenue, which can open up more money for you. So if you have someone that charges $3,000, like I charge $3,000 for my program with my partner where we teach people how to resell. If you could close 30 people in that month, you're going to collect $90K in cash, and all of a sudden you made $9,000. Now let's just say it's a couple more, boom, you're at $10K. That's how I would make $10K again. And the cool thing about this is you can document the whole journey. So if you document yourself, make TikToks, make YouTube videos showing like what you're doing to get to 10K, what you're going to do is you're going to build an audience of people who also want to do what you're doing. Now that audience is going to turn into a personal brand for you. And that's how you can actually come up with a full-on business. Maybe it's a sales agency. Maybe it's an appointment setting coaching program. But you're basically killing two birds at one stone. You're learning a very valuable skill that can make you 10K per month. And you're also building a personal brand at the same time, just documenting the journey, where you're going to grow an audience that you could eventually sell to, that you could find people that you could hire from that audience. So you're basically building a personal brand and learning a skill that's going to get you to 10K per month. And that's exactly what I would do if I was starting online business over, if I was just trying to make money online and build myself a full-time income online. It's exactly what I would do. So to kind of break it down, first, learn a skill. Second, work with someone smaller where you're not going to make that much money to build the social proof. Then use that social proof to work with someone and become their closer for someone with a bigger audience, get to that 10K point, and document the journey along the whole way. Because if you document it, you're going to find people that really like you for what you're doing. You're going to build that personal brand, and eventually you're going to be able to sell to them in the future, or use that as leverage for yourself if you want to start an agency, a sales agency, an appointment setting agency, something like that. So that's the 3 things that I would do in 2025. And if you follow that step-by-step process, you're going to hit 10K per month eventually. It might take a couple months. And you're also going to build a sick audience on top of it that is going to be a perfect start for your personal brand. And just learning that skill, you might fall in love with that skill. You might pick up on a different skill that you love, but you're pretty much going to be set then because you have that experience under your belt, and you're going to be able to go work for someone or start your own thing anywhere because you now know a skill that you can teach or you can use inside of someone else's business to help them and make money for yourself. So that's what I would do in 2025 to make 10K per month and build your business. If you enjoyed this, if you took any from value of this, subscribe, leave a comment with what you liked, and I'll link some books that I would read and maybe some starter videos that I would watch to learn one of these skills in the description. So I'll see you guys next time.